You ready? Ready? Hi, my name is Fred, and that's El Guapo, and we're gonna go out into the LA Zoo today, the old LA Zoo, which is a landmark out here in Los Angeles in Griffith Park. So if you can get to Griffith Park, you can get to the LA Zoo. He's been here before, he loves this place, and he is really anxious to get out. So I'm gonna take you through, and you can see some of the spots. And afterward, I'll just put up some of the precautions that you might want to take, and some of the, some of the things that you should know about the spot. All right, I'm gonna head on out then. So we went out to the old LA Zoo today, and I'm going to give you a quick little history on the place, what it is. Griffith used to have like his own ostrich collection, and back in 1912 they wanted to open a zoo that was a little bit better than the old zoo that used to be in LA, because the old zoo was really bad. So in 1912 Griffith gave up his land so that LA could open a zoo there, and they only had like 15 animals, and it was there for a while. But after a while, people started to like look at it, and you guys saw how small the enclosures were, and people started to complain that like this is cruel, it's inhumane, because in 1912 people didn't really care. But 50 years later, by the time that you get to like 1966, all of a sudden people are starting to care about the situation that these animals were in. So the place shut down in 1966 because people were upset about it, and they opened up the new zoo. And the zoo stayed abandoned for a while, for years and years, and now it's a park, and it's great because you can go up there, and people go up there to have picnics. You can get up there just to have a walk, get some exercise. I really like it for taking my dog, and so I'm going to go through some of the stuff right now. Category, I would say it's a walk path slash trail, because as you saw, we started on a walk path up the zoo, but at a certain point when we passed the zoo, we were able to go up the fence and go up the trail a little bit by that little creek or ravine or whatever the hell that was, and walked up there until we got to another path and came back down. So it is Griffith Park. I mean, Griffith Park is its paths and its trails, and it's a lot of different stuff. And if you're up there, you can get off the zoo and go up into that other stuff. So category, I'm going to say walk path slash trail. Difficulty, easy, because most of it is a walk path. So difficulty, I just said easy. Distance, what you saw me and El Guapo do, where we did the zoo and then went up the little path by that little ravine or creek, and then got up to the hillside path and came back down on that to the fence, back through and came back. That was just a mile. It was 1.07 miles. So it's just 1 mile really, 1.07. Time, we did it pretty mellow, because El Guapo, we stopped and he was able to smell this and smell that, and just kind of like, we didn't try to run through it. We just took it kind of nice and mellow, and also because it's hot. And when it's hot, I try not to push him too hard because he gets, I don't want him to get overheated. So we did it in 29 minutes. 1 mile in 29 minutes is not hard at all. That's not like we were running through it. We weren't, that's a really mellow pace. So, just so you know, you can do the whole thing in a half hour, and it will be enough to conk your dog out. So difficulty easy, distance 1.07 miles, time 29 minutes. Pros and category, walk path / trail. Pros, it's scenic. There's like cool stuff to look at. You can go see the enclosures and like the old cages. And if any of those enclosures look familiar to you, anyone who remembers the old Police Academy movies, the one with Bobcat Goldthwait, where they like fought that gang in like a bear cave kind of a thing. That's what that was. That was right there. And I know I'm dating myself, and a lot of kids who might be seeing this are like, what the hell is he talking about? Police Academy? Who's Bobcat Goldthwait? If you guys don't know Police Academy, you don't know. So I'll just move on. Another pro I put in is that you have the option to go off trail, or off path. You don't have to stay right at the zoo thing. It is Griffith Park, and you have the whole park. We went up for a while until we got to the path on the hillside and came back down. We could have gone up the hillside and gone further if I wanted to make it, a longer walk. I didn't because, like I said, it was actually really sunny today, and I just didn't want El Guapo to get overheated. As it is, he's conked out. I try to keep it reasonable with him. Another pro, that there's a couple of water fountains. There's, as I had said when we were on the trail, there's 2 working water fountains. There's more water fountains that don't work up the hillside, on the other side of the zoo, but down at the bottom of the zoo, there's 2 working water fountains. And it's like you expect that, like on a park where it's like families and stuff like that. Sometimes when it's more of a hike, like if you're actually up on a hillside, you're not going to get that. But here it's a very, another pro that I put is that it's very family friendly. You saw a lot of families out there on picnics, and yeah, it's family friendly, so there's working water fountains, so you get to have that option of like, you've got water nearby. You don't have to bring your own water. As long as you got a water bottle, you can fill up there, so you're good. Cons. The only con that I put in, I put in this as a con, photo shoots that, like, I've gone there a few times, and today, as we were walking through there, you saw some people doing like cosplay photo shoots, which was like just one place, so it was like, all right, whatever, no big deal. Last time I was there, I saw like photo shoots going on in like 3 different parts, just during the walk, and it can get kind of annoying because you're trying to like. You're trying to walk through and you're trying to check out the enclosures and you're trying to do stuff, but then you see people doing a photo shoot, and you don't want to go screw up their photo shoot or whatever, so you just avoid it and walk around. And it's like right now everyone's trying to be all Instagram famous, so like what you get is like today was just people doing cosplay, so that's no big deal. But like I'm an old man, like this stuff annoys me now. Like you see like just like some girl that looks like she's 19 posing topless while her like friend takes pictures of her. And it's like, whoa, you're like, there's like families out here, like like I've only seen that once, but like I have seen like another girl who was like dressed up like Marilyn Monroe, who should not have been dressed up like Marilyn Monroe, all splayed out over by like this concrete like area while some dude was taking pictures of her. And I saw another girl over there that looked like she had just fell out like a dirty strip club, and she had a couple of guys taking pictures of her. And I saw another girl one time doing like a whole yoga like photo shoot or fitness. Yeah, there's also like a lot of girls trying to be fitness models, but there's it's a scenic place, so people try to take advantage of it for their social media stuff. And like I know how ironic this is. I think I mentioned it when I was complaining about that, or just mentioning when we saw the cosplay people. I said it's ironic that I'm complaining about this as I'm doing something that's going to go on social media. But whatever, I'm letting you know because you're probably not going to be You know, you're doing this, you're just going to be out there having fun with your dog. So just to let you know, you might see, you know, that along the way. And if it's just one, like today you just saw the little cosplay group, that's not that bad. But you know, when you see like 4 or 5 spots where you're like, all right, can you guys like do this in a certain time and just like leave the park for the rest of us later on? So you know, it's like I've complained about this a lot. It's my only complaint. Only complaint about the place is like all of the photo shoots that go on there, and it's, you know, other than that, the place is great. Precautions. The place, there's lots of dogs there, so the rule is obviously have your dog on a leash. And I will always tell you, have your dog on a leash. A lot of people don't do it, and those people are irresponsible. Because people are irresponsible, you have to be responsible. Because, you know, stuff could happen. Usually it'll be okay, but, you know, like today there was a couple of times that we went by dogs, and, you know, they were okay. I've been up there before when someone has like a dog and their dog sees my dog and they start pulling really hard, and they start like, when their dog tries to go aggro on my dog, then my dog starts to go aggro on their dog. And you know, it's like all of a sudden, like I'm trying to hold mine back while they're trying to hold theirs back. I've also been up there when I see a dog off leash, and when I see a dog off leash, I start trying to kind of like go another way, like to go get open enough to let the person know we're coming, you know, to kind of like motion or something. And so that when they see me, they go ahead and they grab their dog, and you know, but you know, it's just, the rule is have your dog on leash. But like I said, not everyone is responsible, so you have to be responsible. And I shouldn't have to say that, but like another reason that I say, you know, have your dog on leash is because that is Griffith Park, and especially if you go past the zoo and go up the trail into the hills. I've been up in Griffith Park before on one of the trails, not in the zoo, but on one of the trails that went up. And as we were walking back down, we looked up on the hillside, and there was a coyote perched right there. He was just like on the side of the hill, just looking down on us, just watching us go by. And you know, when my boy saw him, he started to like pull. He wanted to go at him, and you know, I had to keep him back. And I saw someone else as I kept going down the hill, right down at the curb, with their dog off leash, and they had a little Chihuahua. That Chihuahua would have been like a morsel for that coyote. So I told them really quick, like, hey, it's a coyote, get your dog on a leash. And they're like, oh, okay. And so, you know, it's just stuff like that. Like, it is Griffith Park. There are coyotes. There's issues like that. So just, you know, the rule is keep your dog on a leash. So just please keep your dog on a leash. So other than that, you know, like I said, it's all good. It's a great place. It's not far. It's not like you have to make a big commitment. If you live in LA, especially if you live in Northeast LA, you can get there easily. It's the same as going to Griffith Park. We did the entire path that's on this video in a half hour, in 29 minutes. And I'm going to put up a couple of pictures that show what the place used to look like, what Griffith Park Zoo used to look like. I found a picture online of what it used to look like in the 40s. And I'm also going to put up a picture of just the kind of like cave-like enclosures that they built there, just so you can kind of like see that. And I am also going to put up a picture, which as I'm saying these, they should be going up, of the path that we took today. It's dog days. My name is Fred. My dog that you guys saw today is El Guapo. All right.